All right, we're going to be checking out this collaboration between Building Mouse and Cottage Wizard. I have not seen it yet. I have successfully lived under a rock with this thing and avoided social media. I'm not even looking at chat right now because they might be like saying some stuff. And so we'll see what it is they made. Yeah, I'm frightened. All I know is it's going to be like blow your mind. Oh my god, I'm gonna vomit sort of stuff. So I'm gonna let me turn off the stuff and hide myself. Okay, so here's the house. All right, very nice. We have like this big structure, really big. So how do we start here actually? So coming from this spot, you know, we have like the lot here. We have it here in the corner ish somehow. But then as we go up, let's take a look at like this whole breakdown. So we have like these two big old structures being set up. Nice, dude, really killer bridge that we have that's kind of connecting these spots here. Lots of greens around the spots. Budget has been like, you know, really setting up like these two steps. So can I even get up here, or can I even climb up? We'll see in just a second. So we got our okay. Looks like the house is like elevated up there. So we'll see if we can make our way up from the other end. This is kind of unusual. So big supports, lots of details here too. That like, this is huge. How'd they get all this stuff together? And I can't really climb up. Yeah, so let's head over here up top. So we got our doors, and then on these, I don't know if we call it like a parapet. Wait. Oh, I'm gonna throw up, dude. Hold on. No, wait, dude, no. No, this ain't. Wait a minute. So, wait, how did they make another one? Oh, no way. There's one lot. There's the other lot. Oh. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna throw up. Wait, how did this? What the? Okay, I am. How did they do that? What the heck? There's some black magic crap going on. Okay, so here's the lot. It's shaped like this. So I'm sure it's supposed to have like this whole rectangular thing to it, but then they put it in the corner. Somehow between the lot shape here, because here you can see the shape on this, right? How it all kind of like, you know, the rectangular shape starts here. Somehow, like, I guess the lots are like close together, and then they managed to, dude, this is stupid. This is so stupid. I'm perplexed. Oh, this is just nasty. Oh my god. They got two freaking houses. Oh. See, this is what happens when you have a budget of 500. Oh man. That is But how? like so I guess they're so close to each other that somewhere here are like small connections that you can make to sort of like clip it through, and somehow they were legal moves. Wow. Now that's some fun experimenting. That is so creative, innovative, etc., etc., etc. Oh, good God. That's so cool. There's got to be other places like this, right? Okay, let me look at chat now. So yeah, 2 plots decorated together, and you just need 2 plots. I never realized that they could become this close. Oh wow, that's so neat, dude. So what we have in house number 1, because so here's here's Mouse's house, right? This is the mouse house. It's elevated. You can see here they used walls. So we're gonna start doing the breakdown. I think I'm settling down a little bit. So we're gonna cut this thing in half, and here's like house number 1. All right, raised up with walls. We have like these cool little bits of, so like this, like I said, this is what happens when we have an opportunity to just have like a bigger budget. We can just do like so much more. So you can see here, like there are walls being put together there to help assemble that. Here's like just the regular house. There's like nothing else on it because you can't really afford to like do much more. Some greens, not just for avoiding clip, but just to add like that good little bit of personality to things. And just like how, like the fine tuning of how these beams are set up with like the minimal clip here and there. Oh, this is just nasty, dude. So I think we have some, so we have like the walls here on the sides. And then that's just like the regular stuff. But then they also had the texture with those walking stones. And then here, beams. And somehow one of these things like are, at some point we go from one house to the next. Oh, that's just stupid. This is so insane. Oh, wow. Yeah, what a cool idea. And from here, you can see like it's a lot of beam work that's happening. We have like things that are like really eaten to the budget, like the walls and whatnot. But they limited it to that. So that way they can, have the extra real estate or budget to set everything else. This is crazy. So here I believe this is Cottage's place. And here they added like this cool extension. That's neat. Yeah, you can see right here, you have like the whole box set up. It's like nice and dark inside. Oh man. I think these are very expensive. These are like 2 walls that they just like jam those things right in there to assemble it. And like these little doors, these little cabinet looking door structures, which I believe is mostly cabinet stuff. You start off with that, and it's the back of it looks like, with like, and then of course you have like your standard mug handle sort of thing. Really cool illusions that are being set up. Just wow. Dude. And it's just a house, nothing too crazy. It's not a giant gun or a big robot or whatnot, but this is like definitely their style. It's so convincing. It is such a grand illusion of stuff. Oh, great collaboration. Swear, dude. And I guess we should go inside too, huh? So we'll go into, actually, let me do a double check. I don't know if Cottage's place is accessible to me here. I'm sure Mouse's is, but ooh, can I get in? Come on, buddy. Come on. You can do it, little undead guy. Okay, this place is pretty safe from zombie invasions, so there's that. I got a jumping puzzle my way inside. So let's see if this works. Okay, so Cottage's works, but I won't go here yet. Mouse signed up first. We're going to Mouse's first. So yeah. There's a video on. Oh yeah, I know there's a video on it. I was just like, nope, can't see it. Can't see it. And they do fantastic breakdowns of their builds. I don't think it's an understatement to say that between these 2 folks and like a handful of others, that's disgusting. What the I think I've seen this before actually, but now we get to take a close look at it. Anyway, what I was saying was like between the 2 of them, among like a handful of others. They've inspired so many of the builds that we see, and I think that's awesome. And this though is, oh wow, this grosses me out. So I think I remember seeing this build in the Northrend Live. There was like a little housing competition that they had, and one of the features was Mouse, who had like basically like their own art gallery. So I believe this is what we should be expecting here. And well, but now I'm here, and now I get to like do this breakdown. So help me out, folks. I am not an art person. You know, I'm, as much as I love housing, I'm like a layman when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So what is this? Help me out, please, because idiot here. I don't know what I'm seeing. It's obviously this really this abstraction. It's a Clint. So Clint is a Clement. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. So gush with me on this one, because again, I'm not an art person. It's called The Kiss, and like parts wise, you know, lots of small bits to help bring this together. You know, corners of many things, shelves, tables, shelves, and so on. Lots of cushions, leaves on the side. These look like more rugs. Yeah, more rugs over on that end. I need to see this. Okay, I do need to see the source. Let's do that. That'll be helpful, right, guys? All right, so let's take a look. Okay, so I am not familiar with this, but you know, here's like the original right here. Oh, that's good. That is such a good interpretation of it. And of course, you have like all the facial features and all that too. It's minimalist, but boy, is it there. Oh, what a cool delivery. What a cool delivery. Nice. No, it does look like the original. That's sick. All right, so let's see what else is in this gallery. I mean, first, like you know, we got other breakdowns here too. We got this fantastic door setup, and we have, you know, the top is a cabinet. That much seemed clear. Bookcase is being used as like the framing on the side of this thing here, and I think we're seeing like the same. So beams in the back to just make a like a solid lighting. Behind it looks like there's another window there too, followed by like some yard tools to make the windows. Crates right down there. What's here at the base? Oh, the base is also using. Oh, okay. So this whole thing is a bookcase, but then they used these beams to obscure the studs, the metal studs right there on that side. That's neat. So what else do we have? Window setup. Oh no, dude. Oh. Like when we pull back, right? You know, it's like instantly recognizable. And oh man. And then as we get close, we get this different fascination of, oh man, look at like how they had to take each of these edges. And you have like this whole perspective shot being set up. Oh man. Wow, the breakdown of this is just crazy. And then all of these strokes are like different curtains over and over and over again. Somewhat different shapes to like give us the sense of like brush strokes and all that. So Mouse, I gotta ask, like, how long did it take? I don't know if they're still here. How long did it take for like any single piece here? Well, like 10 minutes. You know, like, yeah. Because obviously there's like the whole, so 5 or 6 hours per painting. Oh, that is just, oh, so damn. Let me do oh, I think I clicked something by accident. Yeah, sorry door thing. Wow. Like this angling here, that to me is just crazy, absolutely crazy. I think we all know what that one is. So I'm not going to pull up the original. Oh, and then there's someone said this is Starry Night. Oh, jeez, dude. Let's get closer. Let me pull up the thing in the meantime too. So Starry Nights. Here we go. Actually, images will do. That one's good enough. Okay. Wow. Yeah, oh yeah, I saw that too. That they did not win the competition, but you know what? I knew it. I knew that's what was going to happen. I knew, unfortunately, that mouse wouldn't win, and it's because like they were up against places that were. Well, I'd say it's the reason why I won Azeroth Interiors. It's not because my house was like really, really good, you know, much better than everyone else's, but it's because I stayed on theme. I played the judges. And I think that's what happened with this competition too. On like the technical aspect, this is mind blowing. This is like, holy crap. But when it boils down to it, I think when it comes to like judging, I think appealing to you know, hey, let's bring in something that feels unmistakably like Warcraft. That's what's going to edge out, unfortunately. But on its merit, yo, this, mwah, this is art, right? And that's one of the big joys of getting this from housing. So let's take a closer look and see, like, obviously, big use, of course, of the curtains, but like some of these smaller pieces here, you know, we're seeing decor being used as brush tools, basically. So lots of angled stuff, especially from like this Elven Shelf does quite a bit of heavy lifting to bring in curves. You know, just dye it to whatever color you want. Bring in like a little crescent or something like that, or a straight edge. Straight edges, they typically come from beams or probably tables, because those you can dye into all the different colors. Wow. And then of course you have like the rugs in the back. Goodness, man. The moon's on fire. Yeah, you have that, like that certain glow. Like you can see a little bit of the flickering, but it's also some of the glow that like helps to pop, because like all of these have like little candles on them, right? Yeah, little candles on each of these things here to really make the whites on these like really pop. You can see here, it's not as prominent, but with all the lighting effects that are out here too, like it helps to make all these whites just come out even better. Can't imagine how much the budget ate up. Oh man! Now this I love too, the branding. Internal. We'll take a look at the left and right in a bit, but I love the branding. It's so clean, super clean branding. You know, this is the kind of thing that you put on like the YouTube banner or like the channel logo or something like that. So clean. And now we have the girl with the I forgot the whole name. Pearl earring, something like that, right? Yeah. I know a little bit. I know a little bit. So the challenge here is with like trying to be, because this is like a bigger shot, big challenge with facial expressions. There's only so much we can do with like freaking, you know, pieces of furniture and trying to fit this But what a fantastic job of using like the different decor to create, oh my bad, to create like different color tones. Awesome stuff. Yeah, you can see how like the colors like fade into like the deeper colors, deeper tones and all that. Let me change the angle here. Don't need me there. Yeah. Oh, so good. And again, you have like the high use of these curtains, and then a lot of blood of materials. A lot of blob materials because they have like big shapes. They're flat, and of course they're dyeable too. And then what is, so that is, oh, that's the bottom of a drape. Oh, so you can kind of like see that, and then you can see, dude, that's awesome. Awesome. And then we have, of course, the Mona Lisa painting right here. Good God. Oh, it's like, and it's, oh, there's like a full, is there a bigger version? Okay, there's a bigger version. Here we go. There we go. God damn, dude. So because of, you know, the brush strokes on the painting and how it like blends in, you can kind of think of this as like, oh, it's very blurred back here. You know, so of course you can't really pull it off with trying to create like, oh, let me make actual trees and actual lake. You just gotta kind of stick with the color palettes. So that way, if you're doing like a far shot like this, you know, the smaller it is, obviously the more detailed it's going to look. When you get closer, you start to see like the breakdown and everything. But man, yeah, they even went through like they even added like some of the texturing on the clothes too. Oh man. Something happened with the license. I last checked the house. Her nose used to look darker. Yeah, so there's been, so like I said, like right before we started these visits, I was pointing out how some dyes are just like how some dye channels are not like functioning correctly. This is the result, unfortunately. So, you know, I just want to keep that in mind. If there are things that may not look, you know, right on the colors, is because there's a current bug going on with these dyes. Sucks, I know, but for what this is, damn, crazy. This is some crazy work we have here. Amazing. And what's the frame actually? Tables. So again, yeah, we're seeing the elven furniture being used as these straight edges. In this case, to make this custom frame, you can kind of see like some of the curvature there. Very cool. I love this tool, man. This is like one of the best things that that they put in for like the housing stuff, is that now we can like do like big breakdowns of like the pieces that are being used, and get like at least an idea of some of the techniques being utilized in case they don't have like a full like tutorial on how to assemble all this stuff. Oh man, amazing gallery. Like I said, on its merits, totally should have won this and any number of contests. Was there, okay, I think there was like another, yeah, is this a thing? Does this take me anywhere? This takes me to a shelf. I believe that will be it for this, but I mean, all the budget went into like these spots here. But you know, a proper art gallery doesn't need to have like 50,000 rooms. Sometimes you just have like these centerpieces and you blow minds. Thanks, Mouse. Thanks for showing us your place. And the outside. So we'll take a look at, am I good with taking a look at Cottage's place? Because I think you said so when we first talked about this. I don't want to go to a place without like permission. You know what I mean? Okay, great. So we are going to see 5 places today. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Amazing stuff. Okay, I got to take screenshots because, like, dude, I can't not take screenshots. So, boop. Boop. Let me kind of go around here. Boop. I forgot exactly what I think I was like watching the, I forgot what I was doing at the time. I think I was streaming during Northrend Live because I was going to do like this whole jumping puzzle thing later in the day. And then there's like some interview stuff that we were doing. And so I was seeing this contest. I was like, oh, how? Where do you get the time? Oh man, I wouldn't know where to begin if I tried to like do some sort of like emulation of a thing. boy. Yeah. I've been actually kind of bad about taking screenshots, but I have like certain plans in mind where I'm going to be more not more aggressive. I'm going to be more active on social media to just highlight folks' houses and show off. Yo, dude, check out this thing that people made. This is amazing, because they are freaking amazing. This though is just, I can feel the bile building up. Just how mind blowing this is, dude. Oh, dude, like, yeah, I don't know. It's wild. Ugh. Okay, the trees are obscuring a bit much here. Sorry, boy, you gotta get out of my way. Here, let me pan back a little bit more, I guess. Yeah, it just has like this huge scale, man. Oh. YouTube.com at Building Mouse. Like, check out their place or check out their tutorials. They have tons of stuff. Like I said, they've been, my perception at least, they've been a very big influence on many builds. They've been showing off and sharing breakdowns on how to do all sorts of things. So imagine later on, once import export becomes a thing, it's going to be awesome to be like, hey, here's how to do a thing. Let me show you how to fish, but also here is like the thing. So that way people can reverse engineer it if they wanted to. So if Mouse or whoever wanted to like share how they do their stuff, awesome. At the same time, like sometimes at a glance, we might want to like take a look at stuff on our own. We can do that. All right. So we have entered the house of Cottage Wizard, another big housing creator who has demonstrated like absolute mastery over their craft. This is a place, well, I have no idea what to expect in here, because and from this we can expect like very meticulous detailing on like just about every set piece here. So like, for example, you know, out here we have like this this light box with the outdoor like gardening sort of thing. The really awesome part is because we're using these kinds of windows, we have the immediate glow that has that really lights up whatever's on the inside, bounces right back at us. But it's obscured enough that, you know, we can get away with not trying to fill out like every single detail out in that room. A lot of the time when setting up housing designs, like you can kind of get away with letting people's imagination take over. You don't need to convince everyone about every single piece that's available. But at the same time, imagination can run real wild. So like, for example, we have like this staff that's a rocket, something like that. You know, nice little breakdown of like these like simulated weapon racks. So it's an example of what's possible. And there's a lot more stuff that's coming in the upcoming patch too. That aren't weapons, they're more like tools. Now, what do we have here? So as we climb up, notice how, you know, we start here and we go boom, boom, boom. So we immediately just kind of like tighten up the space here. This, I believe, nope, that's not the normal roof. So it's a constructed roof and things are upside down. Fun. And I don't know what to make of this. You know, it's hard to like identify things, but it feels like we're in a shop of sorts, right? We're in a magic shop with magic products like scattered all over the place. I love how we have like this whole different mix of colors of all sorts. We have yellows, we have purples, and then we have like this really bright blue that's coming in from the outside. You know, so from here, like they're just using the netting as the fence, but you have lots of like bright blues coming in that are both, you know, shining everything outside, but also coming back in. You can see how it, you know, sort of bleeds in a little bit. But when we pan back, we see like this very natural sense of clutter. You know, this feels like a shop that we're coming into, and we see like all these different products being displayed. Just don't snatch them. That's messed up. It seems to be the kind of place where you can easily just kind of like grab stuff and dash, but you'll probably get killed in the process. You know, magic mirrors and stuff. One's haunted. Beware. Beware of like anything. So like some hanging linens here. If we want to like just pick up stuff to craft cloaks or any number of things. Weapon racks being used as like other displays. We got this cool, very cool, not fireplace, but the, you know, just kind of like this cooking cauldron for, you know, who knows what. Magic stuff. Or they might say, no, this is just like dinner. No. We got this laboratory all locked up. And again, you know, just to remind you guys, like it's a tightened up space. You know, right up here, we have like these kind of storage things that were being set up, like all sorts of like I believe that's like a kobold treasure and just all sorts of like random knickknacks that are being used to, you know, give that sense of like, okay, here's just like a bundle of stuff that are being collected and stored and held onto. But also like, it's just a low roof. It's a low roof they set up, you know, these are beams. It's not the actual roof being set up. Really cool. More magic lab stuff, captured things. Really, like I said, really natural thing. You know, sometimes I'll see folks, they'll utilize something like this and it'll just be like kind of out there, right? Here, again, tightening up the space, utilizing like just some of what's going on, because you don't need the whole thing to kind of illustrate what you're trying to depict here, which looks to be like this sort of vaults for like forbidden books. You can kind of see in the books that are inside all of that stuff of Draenei nature, because we have all these like deep purples and lots of Draenei paraphernalia over here in that spot. Now check out this window, because from a distance here, it looks like this whole textured structure, right? Like it's something that's just made with like wood pieces or something like that. But as we get closer, you know, we can see the breakdown. We can see how the actual assembly is utilizing like beams first, but then it's using these rug rolls or pillow rolls, sorry, to, you know, set up the shape. So that way from a distance, it's going to look like one thing. As we get closer, we see the breakdown. But then the outside window, oh, that looks cool. Super duper bright inside. You know, it's doing a great job of emulating that window feel. Tons of blues inside. You know, and we can see it like both in there and, you know, illuminating everything inside, and it's like blasting out. You know, we can see like these glows start spilling in. Really cool. Poor Mr. Snuffles is like, okay, yeah, that's great, but can you just let me out? Crazy detail in just like that little retail space. And then, dun dun dun, to be continued. So this might, I think this might be the only room, but we'll explore like a little bit more, because like there's some stairs that lead up as well. I gotta say, it's a real treat being able to visit creators of like this level who've been, you know, making their own content and all that stuff, and I don't want to like step on toes and be like, oh well, so like they did this video, but now I'm gonna come in and, you know, but like it's just spreading joy. That's what I'm hoping to pull off here. So we come in right here, so you know, we walk in and we have like this whole, it warms up all of a sudden. We have this like really deep office vibe. And funny enough, what I'm directed to first are these like shadows being set up. So we have like these little silhouettes, and, you know, yeah, they're like shells back there, but somehow they're like blended in just enough to create that whole burned in feel and become what are, well, basically wallpaper, right? So I think what might be going on here is like they're just dyed a very similar color and they're like barely clipping through. Yeah, they are. Oh, dude, that's so good. Oh, that's so good, because especially because with the lighting here, you can see it almost, again, it has a sort of like burned in feel. You have like this kind of like really slight like gradient going in, and then becomes a pattern. Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, that's awesome. So, and you can tell here where the lighting makes a difference. So for example, on this side, no lighting, you can see the burn-in, but you can also see kind of the clip that's happening there, which is fine because it really makes a great example of how here the lighting helps to obscure that clip as well. And now you have a more convincing feel of that burn-in. Oh, that's dope. Really, really cool concept. Yeah, I hope y'all taking notes because there are things that we could definitely pick up from these visits. Lots of cool techniques. Now here, very intense like wind action happening. It starts off with the waterfall or fountain work that's happening here and down there as you see like the water like splash down. So we have like a really strong illusion of rain. It also helps to have like the clothes out there. Now, obviously, we think to ourselves, yo, get that crap out of there. What are you doing? But we're just trying to illustrate that whole weather effect. And then when everything's going, oh, it all like comes together. And we get mad because someone didn't bring the laundry in. It's like, yo, dude, we just put this out. Did you not look at the weather? Sheesh. Over here, though, you see a bit less of the expression. You don't have the additional clothesline because there's kind of no point. Why would you have a clothesline there and here at the same time? So it's like those little thoughts that go in here. But I like how, the window, it's kind of a centerpiece, but at the same time, they kind of understated by just adding like so many big pieces here as well. So you're only seeing like so much out there. And I'm disconnected, which is great. So, yeah. Nope, that was a weird flub thing. Okay. All right. Now, what else is around here? Oh, just like the way the lighting dances here. So good. We've got our little hat. They made a little hat and cloak. I love the use of this thing. I've been seeing it on top of like Blood Elf statues, and that's been awesome. It's like, yeah, check out my awesome cloak. But then we'll look at it. And we'll be like, that does nothing for you. It looks like it's something that will just like just tangle up or like wisp away or something like that. But it's my fashion statement, dude. Got a problem with that? So, okay, there's more. there's more. Kind of neat though. That's it could be a layout kind of decision or something like that. I just find it kind of fascinating that there's like some distance between here and the portal. A lot of the time, I'll see designers reveal the stuff and all of a sudden, boom, there's a portal like right in front of us. So we'll see if there's like a payoff to that sort of design decision. But then back here, we have like this, let's just go back to this real quick. Nice setup where they made the bookshelves feel embedded into the walls. They took like these tables here, very popular, by the way. They took these big tables, used them as these sort of like textured pillars. They could have used pillars too, but this looks like way better, and it definitely fits like this darker vibe to close off these ginormous bookshelves, these Blood Elf bookshelves, and kind of like make them feel part of the wall. Sick. They made this map. Good God, dude. so here, they made Azeroth as a desk mat. Oh, I haven't even taken screenshots yet. What am I doing, dude? I'm too busy just gushing and getting mad at myself over my inadequacy. So someone was saying to take a look at the roof. So up in the roof, okay, we have a lot of Gilnean work being done up here. So these are like smaller Gilnean tables, and then here's like a larger like shelf, right? Shelf structure. Yeah. So like they call it a wall shelf, but you can use these as planks basically. So you can buy a whole bunch of these off the auction house, but these are very expensive because these are crafted. These aren't so much. Like these you can buy like really cheaply once you complete a quest line over in Duskwood, I believe. Yeah, so it's right there. Yeah, so you'll be able to like get that. Oh man. Okay, so I think that's it for this room. We'll see what's going on beyond the portal now. Gilnea's decor is great. because you have like, so here's like another example of the tables. It's great stuff to work with. All right, so through the shroud is nothing. Denied. All right, so I believe that is it for this house. Wow, lots of awesome technical work that's being utilized here. Very, very advanced techniques. One of my favorite takeaways is this whole burned kind of wallpaper sort of setup. That's sick. It won't be long. Oh, next patch actually, we're going to get like improved rugs. We're going to get square rugs, so that way we can like wallpaper stuff a little bit more easily, using squares instead of like just like multiple circles and all that. And so we'll be able to fine tune the way that we set up like these sorts of heavy colored walls that much better. So right now, of course, the obvious one is the circular rug. Whenever people can get away from it, people have started making big use of the razor wind fountain. They use the underside of it and dye that a certain color in order to, just cover a larger area. Yeah, amazing, amazing place. Like I said, tons and tons of like small details that just dazzle. So yeah, dude, big thanks to Mouse and Cottage Wizard for letting us see their place from like our point of view. Oh man, that was so good. So good.